Good morning, students. Today we are discussing the fourth chapter. The chapter name is Production of Metals. The chapter name is Production of Metals. Before the invention of metals, the wooden stick or sharp stone are used to hunting the animals and to earn the food, right? Before the invention of metals, the wooden stick or sharp stone are used to the hunting of animals and also to earn food. So, discovery of metals is the most important finding that has developed the world, right? So, this is marked metal ages in the history of human progress. The invention of the metal is marked as metal ages in the history of human progress. And the findings of metal is also decreased the burden of labor. The findings of metal is decreased the burden of labor. And the invention of metal is also helped in the development of agriculture and also industries, right? Because of the finding of metals, so many industries are developed, and in the agriculture the development is there. In daily today life, we are using the different types of metals, right? Which are they? Which are the metals we are using in our daily life? For example, iron. Where we are using the iron? As iron nail or iron pin, or in the vehicle parts or in the aeroplane part, we are using the iron, right? Or as a knife in the kitchen. The knife is also made up of iron. And the other metals, the gold, silver and also the platinum, we are using as a jewelry, right? Gold, silver, platinum, these are used as jewelry. And the aluminium, where we are using the aluminium? We are using aluminium to making the some bottles, or in the kitchenwares we are using the aluminium metal also. And nowadays so many other metals also used in the kitchen and making the materials, right? So these metals are from where we are getting? From the mining of earth, right? We are mining the earth and we are getting the metals. But we are directly getting the metals? No, right? We should extract the metal from the ore or from the mineral or from the earth. So, in the earth, metal was found in the two different states. Which are they? They are the, one is the combined state. Combined state means what? So many metals are in the combination. Another state is native state. In the native state, the metals are combined but they are not reacted. They are keeping the separate in the stones. Okay. So, we are mining the minerals from the earth crust and from that we are extracting the metals. So, what do you mean by mineral? The metallic compound generally seen in the earth crust is known as minerals. The metallic compound generally seen in the earth crust is called as minerals. So, all the minerals we can use to extract the metals. Are you thinking like that? No, right? Because the stones we are seeing daily, right? In the stones, iron is there, gold is there, but we are using for it, for the mining of iron or the gold, No, right? Why? The small amount in the all the stones, the gold or iron or any other metals are there. But we are not extracting from that. Why? What is the reason? Why we cannot use all the stones as a mineral? Because in the earth crust, the metals are deposited in the different concentrations in the different sites or different parts. So the concentration of metal in the mineral will be different in different parts and different places. So we cannot use as a mineral. All the stones we cannot use for the minerals. Okay. So as you know, the clay contains aluminium. Clay contains the aluminium, right? As same as that, bauxite is a stone and cryolite, it is also a stone which contains the aluminium. Bauxite, cryolite, clay. These three are containing the aluminium. From which mineral we can easily extract the aluminium metal? How we can find out it? Or ore means what? Let us study it. We told that bauxite and the clay and cryolite. Bauxite, cryolite and clay. These three are the minerals of aluminium. From which mineral we can extract aluminium? So for that we should look at some points. That is, abundance of these mineral present in the earth crust. Abundance means how many mineral is there? Abundance in earth crust. So one of the point, and we should extract this aluminium from its ore easily and cheaply. We should separate aluminium from its mineral easily and cheaply. Why this point we should take? Because we know the value of or rupees of iron nail, right? So to produce iron nail, so many processes are going from the mining to this nail. So many processes are occurring. So, but the rupees of iron nail is the smallest, right? It is around 4 to 5 rupees. So how this cheaply we are getting this iron nail? So we should get this iron nail for the 5 rupees. They should mine the iron mineral, and from that they should extract the iron and they should produce this iron nail. So many processes there, so many laborers are working, so many the company which is producing the iron nail will be lost, right? So the cheaply or easily we should get the extraction of iron from its mineral, right? So this is the point required. And another one, high metal content. In the ore I told that so many metals are there. In the mineral so many metals are there. So from that we should extract our metal which is required, right? So the concentration of this metal should be high in that. For example, aluminium. The mineral is bauxite. So in the bauxite, the concentration of aluminium should be more. Otherwise what happens? I told earlier, it will be lost, right? So the 3 points should be, we are remembering to consider a mineral as a ore. Which is that one? Abundance in earth crust, easily and cheaply separable, and also high metal content. Then only we are telling the ore. A mineral from which metal economically and easily and quickly extracted is called ore of that metal. A mineral from which a metal is economically, easily and quickly extracted is called ore of the metal. So, I told that mineral means which contains the metal and it is extracted from the earth. Ore means what? Mineral from which a metal is economically, cheaply, easily and also high content should be there and it is extracted. Right. So, all the ores are minerals, but all the minerals are not ores, because ore should be contain three main points, which are the abundance, easily and cheaply separable and high content. But all the minerals should not possess these three capacities according to that mineral. If you consider bauxite and clay and cryolite, these three are the ore of aluminium. But the bauxite is ore of the aluminium. Bauxite, cryolite and also clay is the mineral of aluminium metal, but the ore is bauxite. The ore of the aluminium is bauxite. Now, are you understood what is mineral, what is ore? And let us see some metals and their ores. As you know, we are using the iron in our daily life. So, what is the ore of the iron? Iron is hematite or magnetite. These are the two different ores of iron. And I told aluminium as ore is bauxite. And for the zinc, the ore is zinc blende. And for copper, cuprite. Or another one, copper pyrites. Iron, the ore is hematite or magnetite. The ore of the aluminium is bauxite. Ore of the zinc is zinc blende. Ore of the copper is cuprite or copper pyrites. This zinc blende is sulfide ore, that is its chemical formula is ZnS. The ore of the zinc is zinc blende and its chemical formula is ZnS, zinc sulfide. So, in the exam they will ask the sulfide ore of zinc. Like that they will ask which is the sulfide ore of the zinc, that is zinc blende. Okay. These are the some metals and ores you should be studying. Okay. So, let us study a term. The term is called metallurgy. So, what do you mean by metallurgy? Metallurgy is the process which involves the extraction of metal from the earth crust. Metallurgy involves all the process that leading into the separation of metal from its ore. Metallurgy which involves all the process leading to the separation of metal from its ore is called as metallurgy. So, metallurgy is a process separation of metal from its ore. Okay. So, this metallurgy has three different steps. Let us see what are they. The first step is concentration of ore. we are taking the ore from the earth crust, right? We are mining the ore from the earth crust. So this ore contains impurities. So removal of impurity was done in the concentration of ore step. So in the concentration of ore step, we are making that metal is pure, or we are separating impurity and metal from the ore. And the second step is extraction of metal from concentrated ore. We are concentrating ore, the first step, and the second step is extraction of metal from that concentrated ore. And the third step is refining of metals. The third step is refining of metals. The first step, concentration of ore, and the second step is extraction of metal from concentrated ore, and the third step, refining of metals. So this concentration of ore, first step of the metallurgy, and it contains different methods. The concentration of ore contains different methods depending on the nature of the impurity and also nature of the ore. Okay, let us see one by one. The first one is the lavigation or hydraulic washing, and the second one froth flotation, third one magnetic separation, fourth one leaching. First one lavigation or hydraulic washing, and the second one froth flotation, third one magnetic separation, and the last one leaching. Let us see one by one. First step is concentration of ore. In that, first method is lavigation. So this method is used when the impurity or gangue is lighter in weight and the ore particle is heavier. Ore particle is heavier and the impurity is lighter, then we are using the lavigation method. So in that we are putting the powdered ore in this funnel. So in this funnel we are putting the powdered ore. So what happens? This ore comes down, right? So from here we are passing the water. So this water comes here and fills here. And I told that this method is used when the gangue is lighter in weight. Lighter means what? It will be float in this water. The gangue will float in this water. So what happens? This gangue will comes out from here, and I told that the metal content or the ore is heavier in weight. So what happens? This ore come to the bottom and come here, and we are collecting here the concentrated ore. So gangue is removed and we get the concentrated ore. In the lavigation method, the gangue is lighter and the ore is heavier. Remember it, in the lavigation method gangue is lighter, ore is heavier, then we are using the lavigation method. In the lavigation method, taking the apparatus like this, and in that from the bottom we are supplying the water, and from the above using a funnel we are putting the ore, and the gangue is floated and we are collecting from here, and the concentrated ore comes to the bottom and we are collecting here. So this is the lavigation method. It is used in the oxide ores. Oxide ores of any metal. We can use this method for the oxide ores and also the ore of gold. The lavigation method is used in the oxide ores and also ore of gold.
Navigation and hydraulic washing. Hydraulic classifier is a device used to concentrate an ore based on difference between the densities of the ore and gangue particles. The process is called navigation. The external view of the classifier may be seen here. The powdered ore is fed into a conical reservoir. A strong current of water agitates the powdered ore. Lighter gangue particles rise up while heavier ore particles sink down. Another method that works on the principle of difference in the densities of the ore and gangue particles is hydraulic washing. In this process, powdered ore is dropped over a sloping rocking table fitted with wedges as seen here. A strong current of water is passed over the table. The lighter gangue particles are washed away. The heavier ore particles remain on the table between the wedges.
The next method is froth flotation method. The second method is froth flotation method. In this experiment setup was used. In this, taking a beaker and with a stirrer, this is called stirrer. It will be stir. Okay. And the ore, pine oil, water mixture was supplied from here and air was supplied from here, and this rotating panel is always rotating. So what happens? The impurity is heavier. So impurity is settled down and this ore is coming to the froth. So froth means what? It is the mass of the small bubbles. As we are using soap bubbles are no. As same as that, here also small bubbles are coming, that was called as froth, and the ore will be deposited in the froth and the impurity is heavier, so impurity is deposited in the bottom. So in the froth we will get the ore and it was collected and it was taken to the next step. So in the froth flotation method, when we are using it, when impurity is heavier and the ore is lighter, the weight of the ore is lighter, then we are using this method. And for the sulfide ores, we are using this froth flotation method. For the sulfide ore, we are using the froth flotation method. So in the examination, they will always confuse you. They will give the property of impurity and the ore, and they will ask to write the method of concentration. If the impurity is lighter, which is method? It is navigation method. If the impurity is heavier, which is the method? It is froth flotation method. When the impurity is lighter, we should use the navigation method, and impurity is heavier, then we should use the froth flotation method. The next method is the magnetic separation method. This method is used either the ore is have magnetic property or impurity is have magnetic property, or impurity or gangue, any one of these should have the magnetic property, then we can use this magnetic separation method. In this, these two are the magnetic rollers, and here one belt is fixed above this magnetic roller. So this belt was always circulating in this roller. So what happens? We are putting the ore from here, and this ore contains magnetic property. So what happens? This comes here and it will be collected here. The ore which has the magnetic component, or if the ore has magnetic property, then ore will become here, impurity will be come here. If the impurity has magnetic property, then impurity will become here and the ore will be collected here. So the ore or gangue which has the magnetic property, then we can use the magnetic separation method. In that which have the magnetic property, that will be come here, magnetic component will be collected here, non-magnetic component will be collected here. Let us take an example, that is the iron ore. As you know, iron ore, that is magnetite. The iron ore is magnetite, and if you take magnetite to this magnetic separation, what happens? As you know, iron have the magnetic property, so this magnetite will collect in this component and the impurity, non-magnetic component will be comes here. Let us take another example, that is tin stone. It is the ore of tin, and it contains a impurity called iron tungsten. The tin stone is a ore of tin and it contains a impurity called iron tungsten. Here which have the magnetic property? Iron tungsten have the magnetic property. So when we are supplying here ore, what happens? This iron tungsten will collected here and the tin stone was collected here, because tin stone has non-magnetic component here and the iron tungsten is magnetic component. So iron tungsten was collected here and the tin stone was collected here. So we will get the concentrated ore. These are the two examples for the magnetic separation, which is that one is the magnetite, which is the ore of the iron, another one tin stone, ore of the tin. It is the example for the magnetic separation. So next method is the leaching. In that, on adding ore to a suitable solution, a chemical reaction occurs. What we are doing? Ore plus solution, any chemical solution which gives the a chemical reaction. Here a chemical reaction occurs. Ore and solution will be react and forms a product. So after that we will get the ore is dissolved in the solution. Ore plus solution makes a chemical reaction here and this ore is soluble in that solution. So ore is soluble in that solution and the impurity is settled down, or impurity is not soluble. Ore is soluble in this solution, impurity is not soluble in the solution. So what happens? After the reaction of ore and solution, ore is soluble in the solution and impurity is in that only. It is impurity is not soluble. So we should filter off impurity. We should filter off impurity. For that, take a funnel with this is the funnel. Here we are taking the filter paper and we are filtering the our solution or the filtrate. So here it contains the ore now. So filtration, this is the process of filtration. And the filtration what we are doing, as in the home we are filtering the tea powder from the tea, as same as that here we are filtering the ore solution to separate the impurity. And the ore solution, it contains impurity, and this impurity is separated by using the filtration. Here the funnel is there, we are putting the ore solution here. So what happens, that impurity will be settled down here and the solution will be comes down, and the solution is collected in the conical flask, and this solution contains the ore. From this we should extract the ore. The pure ore is separated from the filtrate by using a chemical reaction. This solution contains ore. We should collect the ore from this solution by using any chemical reactions. So example for this is bauxite, which is the metal. The metal is aluminium, ore is bauxite. So bauxite contains aluminium. So aluminium is concentrated by using this leaching method. Bauxite is ore of the aluminium, and from the bauxite aluminium is concentrated by using the leaching method.
Concentration of ores. In this module, you will learn about the different methods used for the concentration of ores, which means removal of unwanted materials associated with the ores. Minerals from which metals can be extracted conveniently and economically are called ores. Ores are found in the earth crust and contain one or more metal compounds along with certain non-metallic and earthy impurities. The extraction of a metal from its ore involves several physical and chemical processes such as the concentration of ore, isolation of metal from the concentrated ore, and purification of the metal. All these processes are collectively referred to as metallurgy. In this module, you will learn in detail about the first step of metallurgy, the concentration of ore. Concentrating an ore means getting rid of all the unwanted materials from the ore, which are also referred to as the gangue. Depending on the properties of the ore and its gangue, the methods used for concentrating an ore may include hydraulic washing, magnetic separation, froth flotation, and leaching. Let's first learn in detail about the method of hydraulic washing, which is based on the difference in the gravities of the ore and the gangue particles. In hydraulic washing, powdered ore is spread on a sloping block having grooves. When a stream of water is allowed to flow over the ore, lighter gangue particles get washed away, leaving the heavier ore particles behind within the grooves. In magnetic separation, powdered ore is passed over a conveyor belt running over two rollers, one out of which is magnetic. The magnetic particles get attracted to the magnetic roller and travel a distance with the conveyor belt little longer than the non-magnetic particles. Therefore, the non-magnetic particles drop down first, forming a heap, whereas the magnetic particles drop down a little later, forming a separate heap. The next method used for concentration of ore is the froth flotation method, which is based on the difference in the wetting properties of the ore and the gangue particles. The froth flotation method is used exclusively for sulfide ores, where the ore particles are wetted by oil, while the gangue particles are wetted by the water. In the froth flotation method, The powdered ore is mixed with water and small amount of fine oil. The resulting mixture is then agitated by blowing compressed air through it. The oil in the mixture forms froth with the air. The froth rises up to the surface containing the ore particles. The gangue particles, on the other hand, settle down in water. Froth is then collected in another container where it is washed and dried to obtain the concentrated ore. In the leaching method, the powdered bauxite ore is treated with hot and concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide. The ore dissolves in sodium hydroxide to form sodium aluminate, and silica dissolves to form sodium silicate. The other impurities, however, remain undissolved and are later filtered out. The filtrate containing the sodium aluminate and sodium silicate is further treated with carbon dioxide gas. This leads to the precipitation of the hydrated aluminium oxide, leaving behind sodium silicate in the solution. The hydrated aluminium oxide is then filtered out and heated strongly to form pure aluminium oxide. In this module, you have learned that naturally occurring chemical substances containing metals are called minerals, and those minerals from which metals can be extracted conveniently and economically are called ores. The extraction of a metal from its ore involves several physical and chemical processes, namely concentration of ore, isolation of metal from the concentrated ore, and the purification of the metal. Concentration of ore means getting rid of all the unwanted materials, which are also referred as gangue from the ore. Commonly used methods for the concentration of ores include hydraulic washing, magnetic separation, froth flotation, and leaching. Hydraulic washing is based upon the difference in the gravities of the ore and gangue particles. Magnetic separation is based on the difference in the magnetic properties of ore and gangue particles. Froth flotation process is based on the difference in the wetting properties of the ore and gangue particles. Leaching process is used when the ore particles are soluble in such a solvent in which the gangue particles cannot dissolve.
We studied the concentration of ore, the first step of metallurgy. In that 4 different methods are there. The first method is lavigation. In the lavigation, which property we are taking? That is the impurity is lighter, ore is heavier. Taking to that point, we are doing the lavigation method by passing the water. The impurity, lighter impurity is washed out and we will get the concentrated ore. And the second method is froth flotation method. In this method, impurity is heavier and the ore is lighter. So what happens in the froth? Ore will be collected and this ore will froth with the ore we are taking to the next step, and the impurity will be settled down. And in the magnetic separation method, which is the property we are using? That is the magnetic property. Ore or impurity, any one of these should have the magnetic property. And the last one, leaching. In the leaching, what we have done? Adding the ore to a suitable solution, and it takes a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction takes place there, and the ore will be dissolved in the solution and the impurity is settled down there. We are filtering that solution. In the filtrate, the ore is there. From that, a chemical reaction, we are extracting the ore, and next we are taking it to the next step. In this video, we are studied the first step of metallurgy. The other 2 steps are studied later. Thank you.